Hey guys, this is Sydney and Stephanie, and we are coming to you today with another recipe for you. We are going to be making wassil, which is kind of like a hot apple cider with a few spices and sweetening it up a little bit. We're going to dump it all into a big stock pot, let it simmer on the stove and kind of forget about it, and then your whole house is going to just start smelling wonderful as soon as it starts meshing all the flavors together. So I'm going to let Mom kind of tell you how to go about doing this.
Okay, this one is really easy. And you just need a gallon of apple cider. So we're just going to pour it in our stock pot. And if you don't have a stock pot, you can just use a really large pan, maybe like you boil spaghetti in or something. It's just when you leave this simmer initially, sometimes it can kind of get to boiling up. So I like a little extra room.
And I don't think this stock pot was that expensive. I think we got it from Walmart for maybe like 13 or 14 bucks. So just because it looks huge doesn't mean it's expensive necessarily.
Okay, and next we're going to add 3/4 cups of white sugar. And then 3/4 cups of brown sugar.
And if you guys aren't real partial to apple cider, you can also substitute cranberry juice or what are a couple, orange juice.
Right.
We've seen bunches of different varieties of this recipe, but this is the one we always go to.
And a lot of people use like half apple cider and then some cranberry juice and some orange juice. So they kind of play around with this one, which is kind of nice. You need 2 teaspoons of whole allspice.
Yeah, make sure you don't get ground because we had that issue one time. And then we went to make it and we kind of dropped the ball on it. Oops.
And 2 teaspoons of whole cloves. And it doesn't seem to be coming out real well here. The nice thing about the spices in this, you can add more, you can add less. It's all your personal taste. So that's kind of nice. I tend to err on the side of a little extra personally. And then it calls for 6 cinnamon sticks. So these have been halved. So we're going to do more like 12, which is pretty much what I think's left in here. If you like a strong cinnamony taste, just add some extra to yours.
And if you don't like the extra work of making sure all of the seasonings come out, right after you're done cooking it, you can strain it so that you don't have to store it like that. And then you don't have to worry about, you know, getting a whole allspice or clove or something. And then another good thing about this is if you are not going to be home to watch it on the stove for a while, then you can just put it in your crock pot on low. We simmer this for 4 hours, or you can put it on high for 1 hour. But we really like how it turns out with the 4 hours a lot better. I think the flavors just infuse together and you get a deeper taste.
Right. And the other thing is, I personally like to leave the spices in here. So when I store this, I have a pitcher that has the little slotted strainer thing, so it doesn't allow, like if making iced tea or lemonade, it doesn't allow the ice cubes to go through. And I use that, and then I can leave the cinnamon sticks and the seasonings in here, and it won't come out as I'm pouring it out. But of course, that's for leftovers, so if there are any. So you just stir this up and you simmer it. I bring it to a boil first, and once it boils, I turn it down to simmer for several hours. And I really think that's about it. It is, I mean, extremely simple. And I think that's all I have. You have anything else you want to add?
Just be careful when you are bringing it to a boil. It goes fast. So you could be looking at it and it's not doing a thing. Right. And then in 5 seconds it is boiling over. And this stuff is very hot and sticky. So just be careful of that.
Right. And using a stock pot does give you that extra room.
Yeah.
So if it, does get away from you, you got some room there to use before it boils over. So that's what we have for you today, and we will talk to you next time. Bye.